PK. What do you mean by that? That's what I'm trying to figure out here, fellas. Because he had a lot. He said a lot there. And when you played the clip backstage, yo, we were kind of. I'm still at a loss for words. Like I still can't find it. Like where was he going with this one? Joe, you got an idea? Carl, you got an idea? Because
I go first. So, before I get my take, um, I saw somebody say this. I'm gonna say it here. I don't know if this is true, but if this is true, I do like commend him for doing this, right? So the hockey sport obviously is not as popular as NFL, soccer, baseball, NBA. Basically, like probably one of the low-rated sports, right? Although it's entertaining, if you are a hockey fan, it's very entertaining. So somebody said that that was an opportunity for him to put hockey on the airways. Like by taking a shot at the NBA. And what that did was they invited him back on First Take. Cause like he was on Get Up at first, and he made some comments, and that brought him on First Take, which is the main platform for sports media, and he got his rocks off, and he was just praising hockey, bashing the NBA. So if that was his, motive, I commend him for that. Good job. All right, do your thing. Take advantage of your opportunity. But he's right in some instance, though. I kind of agree with what he's saying. Like what he's saying is basically like obviously you can't compare the two sports, hockey and NBA. There's two different sports. It's like trying to compare the NFL to the NBA. You can't do that. Hockey is too physical. Although hockey play the same amount of games as the NBA. They do. Hockey also do a 7-game series like the NBA. And they're more physical. Guys play more and all that stuff. So what he's saying is, yo, the product is you playing the game and loving it, and what the fans want. You gotta entertain at the end of the day. You get paid all this money, you should be able to show up to these games. Now, obviously, the difference in the NBA and hockey that I haven't talked about is the income. NBA, highest paid athlete outside of like in America, outside like soccer and all that stuff. These guys are high paid. Now, people say baseball per year. It's the NBA. NBA is killing per year in payments. NBA don't have to wear only sport outside of soccer, major sport. They don't gotta wear a helmet. Every other sport gotta wear a helmet. Including baseball. Like your face is being shown 24/7. You're playing offense and defense, so you're constantly on the floor. Some NBA players play the whole game, right? So and it's the only sport you actually do that for real. That's a major sport. So that's why they get paid the big bucks. But here's the thing. I'm with him though, because guys don't play. He said that, hey, why you play the game? You should take the All-Star game seriously. You can pay all this money, and it's guaranteed. We're paying this guaranteed money so you can perform in the All-Star game, so you can perform 82 games. If you get a light hand injury, you can't play through that. That's what he's saying. Like in hockey, we gotta play through that, but that's hockey. Now, but I got some stats real quick, y'all, before I pass it over to y'all. Last season, 17 players played 82 games. 29 played 80 plus. All right? I was surprised by seeing 17. I ain't gonna lie. The only all-star caliber player that was there was Sabonis. These are only all-star caliber players. No superstars played 80 plus games last year. 10 years before that, 13 and 14 year, 29 played 82 games. 74 played 80 plus games. Guys like Dame Lillard, John Wall, that's your boy Tomo. Stuff like that. Blake Griffin, Carmelo Anthony. A lot of guys played 80 plus games back then. And then in 03, 05, sorry, 03, 04, the year before, 10 years before that, 42 played 82 games, 76 played 80 plus. Like, we talking about guys like superstars. Like, superstars play right there. And I couldn't go further than this. This is the furthest I can go back. 96, 97, 47 played 82 plus games, 85 played 80 plus. The top two scorers of the NBA, Michael Jordan and Karl Malone, who also met in the NBA Finals, both played 82 games. So obviously, y'all know this. Y'all know the saying. The more convenient, the more you get, the less you appreciate. True or false? This is how it is. Y'all remember the days back then? You want to hear your favorite song? You gotta wait for it on the radio. You get in the car, you gotta just wait for it. Now I can just go to Apple Music. I can put any song I want. But back then, I tend to appreciate songs a lot more than I do now because it's easy. It's easy access. Everything is so microwave. Everything is so quick. I remember watching commercials. Next time on Dragon Ball Z, dang, y'all been talking for 20 minutes of the whole second. Y'all know how it is. Now you just watch it jump straight through, no commercials. So right now they getting paid more. Things are more convenient. Things they getting paid all these dollars. They get all this stuff off the court. So when you get all that privilege, human nature, you tend to appreciate the actual product. So not appreciate, I mean. So those are my 2 cents. I kind of agree with what he's saying.
Am I going next?
Go ahead.
See, this is my thing though, right? Because I think he's blaming like the players for that. And my whole thing is it didn't start with the players. It started with Coach Popovich. Coach Popovich is the reason for this load management we see to this day. So, like, yes, while Joe has them stats, I ask you this. It got lower since 2013, 2014 because Pop started doing that stuff around that time. And then teams caught on. You know what they say? Pro sports is a copycat league. They copy Coach Pop and load management. And that's who I really blame. If I'm going to blame anybody, I'm blaming him and the Spurs. Now, for the All-Star game, hey, look, I got nothing. I get it. You can go to the cup, come down wrong, things like that. But you can do that, have going 50% too. So I don't get why they don't give it they all. Like I look back at the All-Star game where the year that Kobe died, RIP. And they made it to where first 3 quarters, y'all just going for charity. Then to start the fourth, whoever's in the lead, they got to get 24 more points and they win. Man, Kyle Lowry was taking charges in that game. That game got real defensive. That game was lit. And then the format didn't change, but then the effort changed. So then they was like, all right, the effort in this one is now changing. They're not giving the same effort as they did that year in 2020, 2021 or whatever. They would even make an offensive defensive subs. I remember that in that All-Star game. So they go to the tournament. And the more intense game was the one featuring the young guys. When it was the All-Stars versus the All-Stars, that game was a joke. Point blank, period. It was a joke. So that I give on the players. The effort in All-Star games, exhibitions, that's on the players. But here's my thing with that. The All-Star games back in the day, they were good late. The first couple quarters, they putting on a show. They letting people do their thing. Mid-third quarter, though, it's time to win that bread. We locking up. If they can just adapt that, then we get the All-Star game that we all want. First few quarters, yeah, we're going to put on the show. We're going to let them see us do our thing, get open space. But mid-third quarter, that's over with. I'm locking you up now. That's what needs to happen. There's no format change that needs to happen. All that. I get Adam Silver. He's trying his best to I guess, mask the players' efforts. But at some point, you got to be like, look, this ain't on me. If you want anybody to blame them. So I get him from that aspect of the All-Star game. But when it comes to, like, season games and stuff like that, I can't really blame LeBron, Steph, and KD because he talked about leaving the league in a better place than when you got it. Can't blame them. They're just copying what Coach Pop did with the Spurs.
Hey, Tomo, before you go real quick, can I say something quick?
Go ahead.
Man, hey, Carl, I totally forgot about how the format was. We brought it up last show, Tomo, we talked about the All-Star game, I think. But I like that. You know why? What they also did, Carl? With the charity, they had the kids on the court. Remember that? They had the kids like right next to them. In the first 3 quarters, you win, they get charity. You win, they get charity. You win in the 4th quarter, like you said, they put all the points together. Because they started over every quarter. But they put all the points together, they got to get 24. But they had the kids like cheering for them on the court. There's some pride in that, letting the kids down. And then remember that B Cook LeBron with the fadeaway? They know it's lit. So you're right. They should go back to that.
No, I don't even think they have to go back to that. They can go back to the regular All-Star format, East versus West.
I do like that too. That's my true recommendation. But I will be okay with that too. But like you said, in the beginning, just lobs, throw a show, and then the 4th quarter, they lock in.
Because back then, it was a pride you wanted to win that All-Star MVP. Like, that was a bragging right to go into the rest of the season with. Like, players really wanted that. And I was listening to something too, and I was like, man, I don't know why I didn't think of this because Iverson, my dog. Like that was one of the best All-Star games, the one that was here in DC when him and Kobe was trying to win that MVP, and they was going back and forth. Marbury was even trying to get it, but it was just something about the pride that you wanted to be the All-Star MVP at that moment. Now I can see where PK is coming from with that part about the effort in the All-Star game, because again, this is the moment where all the fans and the casual fans come to watch y'all actually show off this weekend. Like, do y'all thing. This is also why a lot of fans go back and forth about the dunk contest. Like, if I didn't watch baseball, and I'm not a diehard baseball fan, but I do watch baseball. Shout out to BWT, shout out to Teddy. But when the All-Star game comes around, the home run derby to me is similar to their dunk contest. It's like people look for that moment for them to go out there. Now imagine if the players went out there during the home run derby and they was just playing it like it was T-ball. Like they was just like, all right, I'll just try. I don't really want to throw my shoulder out and I don't want to do too much. But it's a pride there. With the NHL, and more so with PK, this is not his first go around on ESPN doing this. I think he did this last year. He had another run like this where he was doing the same exact thing, where he was basically calling out players and talking about the differences in the game and everything. And I was like, oh, that's what's up. Because I think the first time he came on there, somebody was like, it's a black guy to play hockey. I think it was Stephen A that said something about that. So it was like that. And he was from Canada. So like, all right, cool. But with this soliloquy here is you killing the players. And I'm glad Carl said it because I don't think nobody else would have brought this up. Is coaches started this. Pop started this. Pop actually started this. LeBron was playing seasons. Like he was playing throughout the whole season. Like he wasn't taking games off up until, you know, as you get older. But again, Pop showed them the method. If you relax 2-3 games here, 2-3 games there, you make a good playoff run. And that's what players have been doing. Now, to try to get hockey on the map, it's going to work for maybe about 2 weeks. But then you got to do something like this before the season starts, because all we had was the All-Star game and then the Nations game. Now we're going to need a little bit more from you, because I can tell you, I've been to a hockey game. Those are some diehard fans. If you're in the D.C. area and you know how the sports was before the Commanders started winning, you go into a Caps game, you're not going to see too many visitors in there. It's all Caps fans. You might see 1 or 2 visitors there, but it's all Caps fans. So those are diehard fans. So again, where he was coming from with the whole, he tried to bring up the Kobe and MJ and why he followed them. Now it's like, all right, are you challenging these players to say, why are you not giving it your all? Because you really can't say that about the players that you're talking about. Like LeBron gives it his all. Granted, we want to crack out jokes on him, but he gives it his all. He didn't show up in the All-Star game, but 2 nights ago, he out here dunking. Like we was like, what was this energy? I thought your ankle hurt in the All-Star game, but you out here dunking now. KD, he ready to fight CP3 in the game. So it's just like, I mean, I understand where you're coming from about the effort and them leaving it all on the floor. And maybe it was because, again, like Joe said, we didn't have all this social media when Jordan was playing. We didn't have this much social media when Kobe was playing. So all we had was the stories for everybody to go off. Not saying they didn't work as hard, but you didn't get to see when they were tired. You really didn't get to see them in their personal element outside of what you heard. The only thing you really seen was their work ethic, them on the court. Now you can see LeBron talking about Taco Tuesday, and that can really like turn you off a little bit. You like, Jordan would never do this. It's like, you don't know that. Jordan was out there playing golf. So it's just differences. So for him, I like what you're doing, but you gotta find a better way.
So I understand what he's saying, but Carl is right. It started with Popovich, and they were winning, right? Because you want to copy winning. Y'all remember when they played Miami Heat? They had them scheduled to play Miami Heat when LeBron was there on a primetime game, and he set the whole starting lineup. And the NBA got so mad at that. And he had a point, though, because of the schedule. They played like on the, I don't know the exact numbers, but it was a road trip, bunch of back-to-backs. And he like, this is a crazy part of the schedule. Nah, we going to set our players. But that started, and then who adapted that? The Warriors. The Warriors adapted that. You know, with low, like, but they kind of adapted it in game, though. I'm not going to say adapted that because Steph never really low managed all that stuff. Steph played all that stuff. They just ain't played out of minutes. Kawhi Leonard took that and ran with it. Yes, he was a protege of that. But that still don't give an excuse, though, because I heard guys like Anthony Edwards. I want to play all 82 games. He tries to play every single game. But I did hear 2 years ago, we always get on AD. Always hurt, always hurt. And I remember they was like AD can't play back to backs, and AD was like he can't. He said he want to play, but the team said he couldn't play. The team be telling these players they can't play for real, but the player can also say I'm playing. You know, if you that dude, I know me. I'm not no NBA player and all that, but I'll be that guy that's trying to play every single game because like Jordan, Kobe, all them guys said. It's Jordan said this. He said that I play every single game because it might be that one fan in the stand that never saw me play. For real, they never saw me play. And this is the opportunity to see me play because first impression is everything. I remember I flew all the way to Sacramento to go see the Kings play the Clippers. And Kawhi didn't even play. Like, dang. This is my boy Fox, though. Keegan, first game. Saw Paul George, he cooked us. We lost. He had 42, by the way. But Kawhi Leonard, he didn't even show up. I was kind of upset. I was going to show up in the Kawhi's and all that to support I'm a Kawhi fan, but he didn't show up. So I get it. I get what he's saying.
You gonna show up in the Kawhis? Sure, you want to wear like some 990s or something? You just gonna wear some New Balance? You gonna wear his shoe?
Oh no, man! I'm not because I ain't going way up there.
I'm just saying. You would have been talking about low man. You would a whole different topic. I'm just saying. Oh man! And that's probably the last time Paul George had 40 points too.
Yeah, he
Hello, bro.
What? I'm just saying. He did all that in the podcast talking about coming east. It ain't looking good.
Can he play 40 minutes in 4 games? Like,
can he play 4 games?
I'm sorry, Paul George. I'm sorry, man.
I'm not. Now I know how the hockey players feel. Like, come on, bro. Like, what's going on out here? It's too much podcasting going on. Get back in the gym.
Michael Parsons.
That's what I'm saying. He be all right.
I know Carl got a big game.
Yeah. We know Carl got a big